Alright guys, so for this video we're going to import overlay, and then we're also going to mess with a little bit of other settings in here. First thing you're going to do, you're going to go Google Drive to that link I sent you guys. You're going to find this F1 overlay. After you find that, go ahead and just right click it, download, and put it somewhere you can actually find it. So let's say your My Documents, your desktop, wherever you want to put it. After we get done with that, we're going to do this little setting icon. From here, Scene Collections, and then you're going to hit Input Overlay File. Go ahead and click on the file that you just downloaded, and then you're going to have something similar to what I have. You're going to have Starting Soon, Single Cam Overlay, Intermission, Ending Soon. Mine's going to look a little different for you guys. So when you guys actually click on Starting Soon, you're going to see this. Single Cam Overlay is going to be this with animations, Intermission, Ending Soon, okay? Chat box will be right in the center. You see that black thing right there. Now, the reason it's going to look a little different for me right now is because I'm going to use studio mode so I can actually record everything I'm doing. So for studio mode, I'm going to be here on this left side, wherever I'm doing right now. But basically, we're going to go into Starting Soon. There's nothing I need to change on here. Sponsor already set up. Chat box and alert box already set up. Starting Soon is the animated background. I just want to go ahead and lock these in though, okay? So I can't move these by accident when I click on that. Single Cam Overlay. We have a little more settings for you guys. So you want to do is go ahead and lock in your background animated, Single Cam Overlay, alert box. Leave these other ones unlocked for now. What we're going to do, we're going to go to Name. We're going to right click it, hit Properties, and then we're going to go ahead and put our name in. After you put your name in, you can either drag with your mouse or use your left right arrow key and center your name, okay? Now for right title, we're going to do the exact same thing. Right click right title right here, go to Properties, and then let's say I'm doing Kiss 100, hit Done. Now from here, I'm going to center it as needed. After I do that, I'm just going to lock these two in. So again, I can't actually click these. I can't move them around by accident. Last thing on here is your camera. You're going to right click your camera, and you're going to have properties. So you can select which webcam you actually want to use, and then you have resolution right here. If this camera is not the right size, you can actually drag and drop it inside the box behind this, okay? And then let's say it's too wide or too tall, your webcam. What you want to do, again, don't feel afraid to use your left right arrows, but what we're going to do is go ahead and right click it, go to filters, hit this plus button, go in, and let's go down to crop pad. After I do that, I can actually crop my camera. You can see my camera actually has my bed in here. I've always cropped it out, so none of you guys probably noticed on stream. But let's say I crop out my left side 50, I crop out my top side another 100, and you can see how that changes my camera overall. And then I can just drag and drop this. You might have to play around with this for a little bit until you get it right, okay? Alright, so now that we got that set up, and we've placed where we want, lock it in. After this, and actually let's say if you don't have your camera on here, it does not pop up on the overlay for some reason, hit this plus button, and you can go ahead and do video capture device. So that's going to be any of your webcams. You hit the add source, add a new source, and just go ahead and name it, whatever you want to name it. After you add that new source, it's going to ask you what device it is, okay? And you just click on device, you hit done, you can match resolution what I had or whatever you want to put it at, and then you can just crop it, okay? I obviously already have mine set up. I don't need to do that. So I'm going to subtract that from there. Next thing we're doing though is we're going to add Zwift to this. So we're going to hit this plus button again. And you're going to notice here it's going to have window capture. I'm going to hit window capture, okay? I'm going to name this Zwift. Now, I'm going to go ahead and find which window I have open on my computer already. So you have to have Zwift already open when you go to this setting. I'm going to hit Zwift, and then there we go. I can have my capture cursor, or I can have it actually not capture my cursor. I'm going to have it not capture my cursor. So when you guys are watching my stream, you don't see it. Alright, from there, so it takes up my whole screen. I can actually make it smaller. And then what I suggest you do, make sure your Zwift is in Windows mode and you have it all the way maximized. But from here, we're going to drag this. We're going to fit it in this box best we can. And then remember, you can use your up and down arrows, you can use left right arrows. After that, once you have it set, lock it in. For intermission screen, ending soon screen, it's going to be the same thing as starting soon. You don't really need to mess with that at all. What it looks like again, if I turn studio mode off, it's going to look like this, like that. Okay? That's going to be what you guys are going to see. Okay, let's go back to our last thing we're going to do. So for the last thing we're doing, we're going to go into single camera overlay. We're going to see all these audio things right here. So you have desktop audio, mic, and whatever else you have in here. But for desktop audio, it's going to be your default audio device. So if you have your speakers default, that's going to be what's going to be listening on your stream. That's what everybody's going to hear, okay? So what you can do, hit the gear icon, hit properties. These notices are not actually getting my thing real quick. 1 second. Alright, back to new scene. Alright, let's try that again. So, camera overlay. So, desktop audio is going to be right here. You see it. You see my mic. You see all this other stuff in here. What you want to do, go in there, go to properties, and you're going to find which device you want as your desktop audio. So if you always want to have your headphones being thing listened onto, streamed, then you click on that. If you want your speakers, this is my speakers. I usually leave my default because I always change my default before I start streaming or whatever I'm doing, okay? Same thing with mic. You just go in there, go to properties, set it to what you need. Now from here, make sure your desktop audio, because it's going to start off right here. Go ahead and lower that desktop audio to maybe top of that grain. Keep your mic at the very top. What this does is makes it so your desktop audio, so if you're playing music in the background, it doesn't drown out your mic. If you need to play with it a little bit more, you can always lower it down a little bit more. You can also, see if Spotify open, you just lower the Spotify volume as well. Then here you have other options. What I suggest is any other speaker or mic, just go ahead and turn those off. You see this little slash line? I already turned these off. So turn off that. Leave your alert box on. That just makes a little noise when somebody follows you or something of that sort. So I would leave that on. But other than that, though, all you need on is desktop audio, your mic that you're using, and then your alert box. All right. That actually should be it. So there's a couple other features I guess you could look into. Mic, aux, filters. If you need help with that, though, let me know. I can help you out with that. There's different things like gain, noise suppression, compressor. It's a little more complicated though because you have to deal with the acoustics of your room. So one thing when I live in Indiana, during the winter I have to change it compared to my summertime, just because it's drier, so the sound travels a little faster. When it's more humid, it's a little different for that. All right, that's it.